Good evening, everyone. Welcome to California Today. I'm David Zhang. Here is a look at some of today's top stories. Twitter's iconic blue logo is being replaced. Social media analysts and several Americans weighed in on the change. There is growing concern about foreign entities buying U.S. land, specifically farmland and areas near military sites. But legislation in the House could stop it. A sea otter off the coast of Northern California has been stealing surfboards from people. Wildlife officials have been trying to capture the animal, but she has been skillfully evading their attempts. Twitter is losing its well-known bluebird logo. On Sunday, Twitter owner Elon Musk revealed that it will be replaced with an X. The X was projected onto Twitter headquarters. Here's a social media analyst weighing in.
I think in changing the logo from Twitter to something different, and in the X logo, it is completely different. You know, there's no cute animal. It's a different color scheme. It's really going to have a totally different appeal. And I think they're throwing the baby out of the bathwater here, and they're losing ultimately a lot of credibility that Twitter has built up over the last, 10, 15 years. And then the last few months, really, what they should have been doing, I think, is just rewinding rather than rebuilding. And that's kind of what we're seeing now with the new rebrand.
Ben V says the launch of the rebrand is too dark and could limit Twitter's mainstream appeal. He says Twitter has held its ground despite the challenges from competitor social networks, but it should work to improve and expand its strengths rather than worry about rebranding. He says that many issues the social media app has faced over recent months will remain no matter the logo. Twitter's owner and its CEO have both talked about the rapid rate of new feature launches, like changes to audio, payments, and connectivity. Changing the logo seems to be aimed at aligning it under Musk's other ventures, like SpaceX. With the Twitter makeover, some people don't seem too happy about it. NTD's David Lam has the story.
Users who go on Twitter might notice the new logo, an X, and it's replacing the iconic blue bird as part of the social media company's rebranding. Now, the CEO said X will transform the global town square and be powered by AI. The company revealed the logo late Sunday, where it was projected onto its offices in San Francisco. Elon Musk and CEO Linda Yaccarino also changed their profile to feature the X logo. But what does the public think about the new logo? Well, tech expert Daniel Ives says,
I think Musk loves the X. We've seen it from SpaceX to Tesla to other parts of the Musk empire. This is really a rebrand. It's trying to turn Twitter into a super app. Now, it's something the advertisers, users are going to push back on, but as we know, Musk goes to beat of a different drum. And this is just another move in that Musk playbook. Could backfire, but when it comes to Twitter, there's 44 billion reasons that this is at risk, given what Musk paid for Twitter.
People around the country also weighed in.
Elon Musk, it's his company. If he wants to rebrand it, he should, because he can do whatever he wants with it.
Why would you even lose a branding that's as important as Twitter? Like, people regularly use tweet, retweet, like things like quote tweet, stuff like that.
I think I like the bluebird better. It's called Twitter, so it makes you think of a bird. So, birds tweet.
Since Musk bought Twitter in October, the company has changed its business name to X Corp. Musk, a billionaire, has a vision to create a super app.
I mean, I think he's building off of what WeChat did in China, and I don't think it's going to work at all because WeChat also got its launch off of the fact that it was a completely free platform. The things that he's doing already with Twitter Blue is already going to make it less accessible, and people aren't going to want to be a part of it because he just is making it a paid platform. And the reason why WeChat took off is because it was an everything app that was free for everyone to use.
I don't like that idea just because, it kind of reminds me of WeChat. The big social app in China and other Asian countries. It's kind of like one app does everything. You rely too much on it, because if that app goes bad, then it's like, oh, you got to start over with something else. I like having multiple apps to do multiple things.
Musk said he wanted to change Twitter's previous logo and polled millions of his followers asking whether they would like changing the site's color scheme from blue to black. In Santa Clara, California, David Lamb, NTD News.
Over at Congress, leaders in the House of Representatives are introducing legislation to protect American land from foreign ownership. This includes farmland and national security sites.
California Representative Mike Thompson and Wisconsin's Representative Mike Gallagher introduced legislation earlier this month to strengthen and expand protections around national security sites, critical infrastructure, and farmland. In a statement, Thompson said, "Protecting national security and food security go hand in our region, which is why it is vital to know who owns land around national security sites." This comes as a mysterious company called the Flannery Group spent about $800 million to buy large areas of land near the Travis Air Force Base in Fairfield, California. According to corporate filings, Flannery Group is a branch of Flannery Associates based in Delaware. This branch is registered as a foreign company in California. It is currently unknown who owns the company or what the land will be used for. But this recently introduced legislation aims to avoid a repeat of a 2021 incident when a China-based company bought farmland in South Dakota near a military base. Gallagher, who is also chairman of the Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party, also voiced his concerns about possible foreign adversaries owning U.S. land. He said, "The United States cannot allow foreign adversaries like the Chinese Communist Party and its proxies to acquire real estate near sensitive sites like military bases or telecom infrastructure, potentially exploiting our critical technology and endangering our service members." In May, Biden proposed tighter controls over foreign land purchases by adding 8 additional military installations to the list for national security review.
Lottery dreamers are setting their sights on the growing Mega Millions jackpot drawing. This comes after a ticket worth more than $1 billion was recently sold for the Powerball lottery.
A winning ticket was sold for the Powerball lottery on Friday at a tiny store in downtown Los Angeles. It's worth $1 billion and is the 6th largest in U.S. history and the 3rd largest in the history of the game. Recently, a woman was spotted entering the convenience store and appeared to be celebrating before quickly leaving and driving off. However, the store owners say she's not the real winner and they're still waiting for someone to come forward and claim the prize. But now, attention is on the Mega Millions jackpot, currently worth $820 million as of Monday. The last time a Mega Millions player hit the top prize was April 18th, and the jackpot will continue growing until someone wins. Now, Leah Nauer, a professor at Rutgers University's Center for Gambling Studies, expressed concern that many of the ticket buyers don't consider the lottery as gambling. She says, quote, "It's sort of the gateway drug for introduction into gambling," adding that there's no self-exclusion. Mega Millions is played in 45 states as well as Washington, D.C. and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Bill Thomas, NTD News, Los Angeles.
A sea otter has been giving authorities a hard time as he steals surfboards. A team of wildlife experts were working to capture and pull the animal into a new home.
Wildlife officials have been trying to capture a wayward sea otter that has been wrestling surfboards away from surfers and aggressively approaching kayakers off the coast of Santa Cruz, California. According to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, the 5-year-old female otter has shown aggression toward people for several weeks and poses a public safety risk.
Almost every time you surf here, there's otters, and they've chewed on leashes, they've got on the back of boards over the years, but this one looked kind of scary the way he was taken after that one kid.
The animal, which wildlife officials named Sea Otter 841, was born in captivity and released into the wild in June 2020. She is tagged with her number and has a radio transmitter that officials are monitoring to find and capture her. But so far, despite repeated attempts, they have been unable to grab her.
They can't throw a net over her into water. They can't tranquilize her because of fear of her drowning. So they really need to get hands on her. And they've been using a bait surfboard where a diver goes into the water, towing a surfboard, and she's gotten on it multiple times in the past few days, and he swims back to the boat, but as soon as they get within a couple of feet, she dives off.
Video and photographs shared on social media show the marine mammal getting on top of different surfboards, on at least one occasion biting and tearing chunks off a board and aggressively approaching surfers.
So we don't really know why this particular animal is doing this. In the past, we've seen some cases where a sea otter was illegally fed by someone in the public, and that led the animal to continue approaching other people looking for food and led to more aggressive behavior. So we don't know if that happened in this case. We have currently no evidence that that was the case, but we have seen that in the past. We've also seen cases where hormonal surges, particularly with adult females, can lead to changes in behavior.
They said it is not the first time the otter has shown aggressiveness toward humans. The sea otter was observed approaching people in late 2021. Last May, she was spotted with a pup in the Santa Cruz area and 4 months later exhibited similar aggressive behavior.
With this being repeated behaviors and the potential risk to both the animal as well as the public, that we needed to attempt to actually capture her so that she could be placed in another zoo and aquarium for long-term care.
Southern sea otters, whose population dwindled to about 50 in 1938, are managed by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. They are listed as federally threatened under the Endangered Species Act and are protected under the Marine Mammal Act and California state law.
We will now take a short break, everyone, but here's a look at what we have for you when we come right back. After 2 weeks and over 300 miles away from home, a dog has just reunited with his owner. The Orange County Fair is back with lots of fun rides, food, and even animals. NTD visited the fairgrounds to learn more about what it has to offer. And the city of Salinas held their annual Rodeo. NTD sports reporter checks out the competition and brings us more from the event. These stories and more coming up on California Today. Welcome back to California Today, everybody. I'm your host, David Zhang. A dog has been reunited with his owner after he went missing for 2 weeks. The owner eventually found him over 300 miles away from home.
The San Diego Humane Society says a dog who went missing from his home in Las Vegas on July 3rd was reunited with his family in El Cajon, California.
Oh my God, I cried. I didn't want to believe it. So, because Monday was 2 weeks he'd been gone. So I was almost sure we weren't going to find him anymore, you know.
Ryder, a 9-year-old Chihuahua Terrier mix, was brought into San Diego Humane Society's El Cajon campus as a stray on Monday. The finder stated they brought the dog there after finding him outside a Ross store in El Cajon.
He was microchipped, so somebody turned him in here and then they called us, they contacted us.
San Diego Humane Society Director of Public Relations, Nina Thompson, said it was easy to find Ryder's owner because the dog has a microchip. She explained that a microchip can be injected into a pet and make it easy to access the owner's name and other contact information.
A microchip is a tiny little chip. It's the size of a corn of rice, and we inject it mostly in between the shoulder blades of a pet. It's painless and it's permanent. It sits there for the life of the pet, and it's registered to your information, so your phone number and your address, and when you move, you can change that information with the microchip company.
Fairs says she has hung up flyers, posted signs, and joined missing dog groups on social media. She still has no idea how he got out and ended up in San Diego.
Excitement fills the air as the highly anticipated fair comes to Orange County, promising a thrilling blend of entertainment, rides, and mouth-watering treats for all to enjoy. NTD's Christina Corona has more from the fairgrounds.
The Orange County Fair is here, and they are having a month-long event showcasing thrilling rides, a petting zoo, amazing food, all sorts of live entertainment, and much more. So let's take a look around and enjoy this year's experience. The Orange County Fair is a 23-day annual fair that is held every summer at the OC Fair and Event Center in Costa Mesa, California.
It is the 9th largest fair in the United States. We spoke with Terry Moore, the communications director with the OC Fair, who shares with us this year's theme along with all of its new attractions.
Yes, we're very excited about this year's theme for the 133rd OC Fair. It's Happy Together. It's all about bringing the community together for summer's best party. We have 3 new rides. We have tons of new food. You can get deep fried s'mores. You can get a campfire breakfast cake. It's amazing. There's so much to have here. You can get a maple bacon smoothie. And in addition to that, all the exhibit buildings are open and free.
Along with rides and entertainment, the Orange County Fair is well known for allowing guests to interact with the animals. From animal exhibits to Alaskan pig races to livestock auctions, there are many opportunities for guests to engage with animals. We got to speak with Sarah Roish, the manager at the Great American Petting Farm, who tells us they have been a part of the OC Fair for almost 40 years and share some of the pets they are showcasing at this year's fair.
We have a giant variety of every breed under the sun of goats and sheep. And then we have our llamas, alpacas, miniature zebu cow. We have our wallabies. You even see the baby wallaby in the mommy's pouch over there. We have our potbelly pig, miniature donkey, and then of course our chickens and our ducks and our miniature zebu cow. And all these guys are super excited to see everybody at the OC Fair.
When it comes to fair food, the OC Fair is renowned for its wild and unconventional food offerings that will delight your taste buds. Tony Bogosian, the vice president of Chicken Charlie's, shares with us their journey and what they are cooking up this year at their food stand.
Chicken Charlie's has been part of the OC Fair for over 30 years now. We love coming out here. There's nothing better than frying up different foods every year. We always try to bring something different, something unique, and that's just part of the fun. That's what we love to do. Some of our most popular items are the Maui chicken, which is a pineapple bowl that's hollowed out, served with fresh chunks of pineapple, rice, and our teriyaki chicken. It's fantastic. We also do a donut, Krispy Kreme donut cheeseburger. It's 3 meat, 3 cheese on 2 donuts. It's out of this world. Along with bacon wrap pickles, the deep fried Twinkies, fried avocados, and so many other fun things.
The OC Fair is open through August 13th from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day except Friday and Saturday when they close at midnight. Be sure to purchase tickets online in advance as tickets will not be sold at the gates.
So come out to the Orange County Fair and enjoy the thrilling rides, live entertainment, and delicious food before it's all gone. Christina Corona, NTD News, Costa Mesa.
While California is better known for its major league teams, the Golden State is also a big-time player in the world of rodeo, with both amateur and leading professional rodeo events held annually throughout the state. This Old West tradition continues to thrive in contemporary California. NTD sports reporter Carlos Reyes brings us more from the Salinas Rodeo.
From humble origins, rodeo has evolved into a major and fast-growing sport. The individual competitions during a rodeo, both then and now, test the kind of skills that cowboys typically need to use while working at a ranch. That's roping, riding, and even wrestling. Nestled in between the tech-savvy Bay Area and the bustling city life of Southern California, the Central Coast has risen as a premier rodeo hub. The Salinas Rodeo features action-packed performances and is the largest rodeo in California and one of the top 20 rodeos in the U.S. out of over 600 professional rodeos. Hi, I'm Carlos Reyes. Hello and welcome to the Salinas Sports Complex, home of the California Rodeo. I'm here to get a feel for the scene and ask people about the biggest event this summer here in the Central Coast. Is this your first time at the rodeo here?
Yes, it is. We're from Tajica, New Mexico.
Okay, what made you travel so far to come here?
The rodeo.
I like that everyone is like dressed up, ready to have a good time, just chill vibes. It's chill vibes. You guys should come.
I've been coming since I was 5, actually.
So what keeps you coming back, bro?
Honestly, the environment. I love it. It's the culture around here. It's just, when you hear rodeo, you hear Salinas, and you love it.
Nah, man, back in the days, like I said, it was a little bit more crazier, but times have changed, man. It's more family oriented. You see a lot of kids, a lot of women, you know. It's a beautiful and peaceful environment, man.
We just love the rodeo. We love coming out here, you know, supporting.
The community is good. The community.
We love it. We love our community.
The California Rodeo in Salinas is an annual 4-day event that usually starts on the third Thursday of July. Top cowboys and cowgirls travel from all around to compete for not only money, but also coveted silver and gold prize buckles. There's something for everyone at the California Rodeo, including a kids corral, shopping, food, a saloon, and a cantina, rodeo clowns, and other entertaining track acts, along with traditional rodeo events in the arena. It's a prestigious event on the Central Coast with over 100 years of history and tradition.
We're wrapping it up here at the rodeo. It was a great time, had a great chance to experience the environment, the people. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Got a chance to experience California's best. We'll send it back to you.
And the rodeo wasn't the only exciting sporting event this weekend. Let's check back in with NTD's Carlos Reyes for more on a marathon that took runners across San Francisco's iconic Golden Gate Bridge.
Morning commuters in the Bay Area were greeted to road closures and a complete shutdown of the beautiful Golden Gate Bridge. The iconic span was taken over by approximately 29,000 runners for the 2023 San Francisco Marathon. The pack was led by Bryce Dalbourd and Leandra Zimmerman in the men's and women's categories, respectively.
Your 2023 champion!
Dalbourd, a 37-year-old from Orléans, France, was first across the finish line after completing the course in 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 17 seconds. After hitting the 2.2-mile split with 4 runners ahead of him, Dalbourd methodically advanced to the front and held the lead for the last 8 miles. Nicholas Yolkowski, a 26-year-old from Berkeley, California, finished the race in second place with a time of 2 hours, 27 minutes, and 54 seconds. Meanwhile, San Francisco local Andrew Snyder came in at third with a time of 2 hours, 31 minutes, and 23 seconds, respectively. Zimmerman led all women and placed 13th overall with a time of 2 hours, 45 minutes, and 59 seconds. She made a push over the final stretch of the course, climbing up 11 places over the final 8 miles. Originally from Augsburg, Germany, Zimmerman was a cross-country runner at MIT from 2015 to 2018. Brooke Starn of Danville, California, who finished first in the women's category in the 2022 marathon, came in second behind Zimmerman with 2 hours, 51 minutes, and 14 seconds. Meanwhile, wrapping it up for the women's top 3, San Francisco's Clara Lynn came in just under the 3-hour mark with 2 hours, 58 minutes, and 38 seconds. The full marathon began at 5:15 a.m. along the Embarcadero at Mission Street. Runners then headed towards Fisherman's Wharf and ran along the beautiful San Francisco Bay before making the picturesque Golden Gate crossing. Runners then found their way back into the city where they traversed the Presidio and Golden Gate Park before heading back to the water's edge and crossing the finish line at the Embarcadero at Folsom Street.
Thanks, Carlos. Looks like it was an exciting weekend. All right, everyone, that's all we've got for you tonight. We would like you to join us again on California Today every weekday at 8 p.m. Make sure to check out our broadcasts at ntd.com/California-today. You will find all of our top latest clips there, ready to share with friends and family. Send us a message on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Gunjin World, or through our email, california.today@ntd.com. If you'd like to share news tips or let us know how we're doing, we'd love to hear from you. I'm David Zhang. Have a wonderful evening.